Long ago, when the stars were young and the galaxies still whispered to each other in their ancient tongues, there was a battle that no one could remember. It was not a battle of swords or guns, but of light and shadow, of minds and hearts, waged across the vast emptiness of space. No songs were sung of it, no statues were built, for it was a war that, in the end, never happened. The story begins with a historian named Lyra, who traveled the universe in her ship, the Star's Whisper, collecting forgotten histories and lost tales. She had journeyed to places where no other human had set foot, found ruins older than the first stars, and heard voices that echoed from forgotten worlds. But one day, deep in the archives of the oldest space station, an ancient hollowed-out asteroid named Solon, a legend caught her attention. The records she found were strange, written in a language older than the constellations themselves. It spoke of a war between humanity and a race of beings called the Vikal, creatures who were said to have the power to bend time itself. The records were scattered, pieces broken and faded, but the part that caught Lyra's eye was this. There was a battle, fierce and terrible, fought in the dark heart of the astral sea. The Vikal fell, but so did humanity. And yet, no one remembers. Lyra's heart quickened. How could a war this great, a war that changed the fate of two entire species, simply vanish from history? There were no monuments to it, no ruins, no songs of victory or sorrow. It was as if the war had been wiped clean from the fabric of space itself. Determined to uncover the truth, Lyra set off on a journey to find the lost remnants of this forgotten conflict. She began by searching the old station's hidden archives, looking for anything that could shed light on the war. Among the dusty scrolls and broken data cubes, she discovered a map, one that didn't show the locations of planets or stars, but of something far more mysterious, an ancient artifact called the Aegis of Eternity. The Aegis was said to be a relic of the Vikal, a shimmering stone that could hold the very essence of time. But it was not just any artifact. According to the legend, whoever held the Aegis could rewrite history itself, erasing or altering the past, present, and future. Lyra couldn't believe it at first. Such a thing was beyond the realm of possibility. But the more she read, the more she realized that the Aegis was real, and it was hidden somewhere in the uncharted parts of the galaxy. Her first stop was the world of Zephyr 9, a planet wrapped in thick, glowing nebulae. The locals there, a gentle people called the Vera, told Lyra of strange occurrences that had been happening for centuries. Whispers in the wind, shadows moving where there should be light, and stories passed down through generations about a war that never was. According to the Vera, the Vikal had once come to Zephyr 9, seeking to harvest its resources. But instead of fighting, they offered the planet's leaders a strange choice: peace through submission or peace through destruction. The leaders, terrified, had agreed to surrender, and the Vikal vanished. Yet, as the years passed, something odd happened. No one remembered the Vikal's visit. The planet's history books were rewritten, their records altered, and the events faded into myth. It was as if the war, the invasion, and the alien race themselves had been erased from the minds of everyone who had lived through it. The Vera believed that the Aegis of Eternity had been the cause, an artifact so powerful that it could bend the very threads of time, making people forget what had happened, making them believe that the war had never existed at all. Lyra felt a chill run down her spine. The Aegis didn't just rewrite history, it could wipe away memories. The war between humanity and the Vikal, a conflict that had nearly shattered both species, might have been erased by the very artifact she was now searching for. On her journey deeper into the unknown, Lyra encountered more strange stories. She visited the ruins of the ancient Catherian fleet, once a mighty armada that had vanished without a trace. The Catherians were said to have fought the Vikal in the Great War, only to disappear, leaving behind nothing but ghost ships and broken armor. No one knew where they had gone or why they had vanished. All that remained were whispers of a strange device, the Chrono Rift, that could shift entire civilizations through time, leaving them hidden from the eyes of the universe. As Lyra made her way closer to the uncharted edge of the galaxy, strange things began to happen. Her ship, the Star's Whisper, encountered strange gravitational anomalies, pockets of space where time seemed to warp and twist. Stars blinked in and out of existence, and entire planets vanished from her star maps as though they had never been there at all. It was as if the fabric of space itself was fighting to keep the past buried, to keep the war and its horrors forgotten. One night, as Lyra sat alone in her cabin, staring out at the swirling galaxies beyond, she received a cryptic message. It was from an old friend, a fellow historian named Juno, who had once traveled with her to the farthest reaches of the universe. The message was short, but it sent a cold shiver down her spine. The war never happened because it couldn't happen. The Aegis is not a relic of the Vikal, it is a creation of something far older, something far darker. And it is watching you. Lyra didn't know what to make of the message, but she knew one thing for certain. The deeper she delved into the mystery of the Aegis of Eternity, the more she felt as though she was being drawn into a cosmic trap, one that had been set long before she was born. The war that had never happened was just the beginning of something far more terrifying, something that reached across the stars, beyond the boundaries of space and time itself. As she approached the coordinates of the Aegis, a strange sensation washed over her. The stars seemed to dim, the galaxy around her becoming still, as if holding its breath. The Aegis was close, and with it, the answers to the questions that had plagued her for so long. But the deeper she went, the more she felt a growing sense of unease. The battle that had never happened was not over, and soon it would begin again.
Hey there! If you're enjoying the story so far, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our exciting adventures.